Hey everybody, welcome to the Mirror Movie Universe. We're not saying what year it is because this is a little addendum, a little extra episode. So we did one on the Temple of Doom, and we honestly didn't like the fixes for it.
No, we redid it. And if you watch the redo, we're sitting in these chairs wearing these clothes and all this kind of stuff. But we promised you that if you were good boys and girls out there in TV land, that we'd release the original fixes. If you want to see our not as good, but maybe you can laugh at us for being stupid fixes, give this episode a watch. It'll be a little bit of fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Give it a little, and comment about everything, and enjoy the deep cut, internet. Yeah. Cue the intro. Man, there's so much here. I do think it's interesting that this is the first time that Lucas and friends, he's trying a prequel, and everything that it's very antithetical to everything else he does in a prequel. Like you said, like the kid in here is great, the kid in other ones, not so much. It's weird how much, like, yes, Indy is different and he's doing grave robbing and stuff, but like, what happens to Shortman? I don't know. He's just gone. We never hear from him again. Like, I don't know. Yeah. It's so funny how they leave all that those loose ends there. My fix, though, is this really bothered me upon a rewatch here, and there's so many different directions that you can go, but my fix is the mythology. Okay. And I really want to dive into it. So why does he approached in Raiders? Because he worked with Abner, right? Mm-hmm. And they want him because he's super knowledgeable about this very particular subject. Why do they come to him in The Last Crusade? Because his father studies the Grail.
Yeah.
Here, he just knows stuff, like randomly.
Yep.
Which is
he's just smart, which he is in all of the other movies, but it doesn't have a familial or personal connection.
Yeah. Also, the other two that I'm comparing it to, they're based on real, or if you don't believe in stuff, at least well established fixtures of faith. Shankara stones don't exist.
Yeah. As far as I know,
they don't. I looked it up.
Okay.
It's not real. The Thuggee cult hasn't been around for a long time. Like, no evidence that they did human sacrifices. They just pulled stuff out of their hat. So
yeah,
this is my fix here. I don't think fixes all of that, but it does fix a little bit of it. So when Indy is hanging on the bridge and he's got the bad guy next to him, and they're there with the stones, he defeats him by invoking Shiva's name. Which is very strange, because how does he know to do that? Number one. And then number two, nobody's done that before. Like, in a country full of people who practice this faith, nobody thought, I'll just say this guy's name and the stones will start on fire. It's so weird that he does that. And so my fix is just take that out, have him pull the stones back. He yanks them up in the air. He knows that they're going to get lost. The guy falls. You still have two stones fall in the water. Indy catches one. It's done. No mystical stone powers. They're not like catching on fire. He doesn't have to do that or anything.
Yeah.
I know that this is a little bit more out there. I know that it's not fixing the inherent racism. I know that it's not fixing some of the problems with the characterization. But I do think it's important to take a look at that piece of it, because it doesn't make any sense for Indy to know how to do that. And it doesn't make any sense in the wider scope of this world of Indiana Jones either. I don't know.
Well, okay, so that's all well and fine, but it takes out an element that I enjoy in every Indiana Jones movie, all three of them. And that is that the bad guy in some way is defeated by their own hubris. Like, Belloc in the first movie is like, I'm worthy to open the Ark. He even dresses up in some get up of a faith that is not his own and opens the ark. And because he is false, he's killed. And in the third one, which we'll talk about in another episode, the Nazi guy Donovan, he drinks from the wrong grail because he's so sure that the shiny one is the right one. He drinks from it and it kills him. And Elsa thinks that she can take the grail out of the thing, and a crack opens up in the floor and she dies after reaching for it. If you don't have the Shankara stones in some way kill Mola Ram or act in a way to kill Mola Ram, then you still need something where he dies because of his own hubris, and backed into a corner, like you can have him cackle like, you can't get away from here, Indiana Jones, but it's still, I need something where the villain screws himself over, because it happens. It's a theme in these movies, and I actually really, really like that. I don't think that the Shankara Stone thing as it exists is a good way of doing that, but you still need a way of doing that.
So then how about this?
They're on peel and falls into the endless pit of fire and doom.
Let's do this. They're on the bridge.
Yeah.
Their stones are in Indy's satchel.
Yeah.
They're pulling back and forth. Indy doesn't want to let him go because he's this treasure hunting guy, and this is the treasure. And the bad guy doesn't want to let him go because they mean everything to him. Indy says, "Take him, let's go." And Perfect. With that, he falls. One of them can fly up in the air, and Indy can catch it. Whatever. But he wants the stone so badly that he falls into the river of crocodiles.
And maybe the stones float down the river to the village anyway. Because they have some mysticism tied to them, and they conveniently do that, because you can have convenience even if it's tied into mysticism of the MacGuffin object. It happens in Raiders, happens in Holy Grail. So I called it Holy Grail, Last Crusade. But yeah, no, that works. If you do that, that works. If you remove the sort of non-connective cultural reference, and then the and get the bad guy to die because of his own hubris, I think that's good. Yeah,
I don't even think that you need Indy to take the stone back to the village, because the treasure that he takes back to them is their kids, more than the stone. That's what he's bringing back.
Oh, yeah, okay. No, that's fair. Like, they can get back there on their own in the river or not. It's whatever. But yeah, no, that's good. I like this.
All right,
I like this.
What's your fix? There are a million different directions to go, so hit me.
Okay, so unfortunately, you can't write the leading lady well with a minor edit. This is not an excuse for their actions, but this is why they did it. Spielberg and Lucas, and both of them have said this, that they had both either recently gone through or were going through divorces during this movie. Oof. And so the two guys who were writing this thing made the woman be completely useless to the script. And if I was watching this, I'd go to both of them and be like, what the hell are you doing? Like, this, like, not only is the character not entertaining, but like, this is just bad writing for a female character. This is terrible. You can't fix that with a single edit. So I don't know what I'd do. I'd sternly scold both of them, but I have no idea how I'd fix that. It's the same with the racism. It's all over the place. I can't cut out like one thing and fix it. But if I'm going to change one scene or whatever, as we do, and your fix focused on the end of the movie, I'm going to focus on the beginning.
Okay.
Because there is the companion of Indy's who is killed off, and I don't even remember his name because he's killed off unceremoniously and very quickly, and then they immediately forget about him. Short Round was waiting for them in the car, which means he is expecting two
people.
And when they get to the airport in the original script, he's like, "Shorty, you got the tickets?" And he's like, "Yeah, I've got 3 tickets, one for me, one for you, and one for," and I don't remember his name. Where is he? And it's addressed a little bit. And apparently that was shot. I don't remember if that was shot or if that was just an earlier draft of the script. But bring that back. Just react to the guy's death. You were his buddy, presumably before this movie. Have like a second to react to it, other than like when he dies in your arms and then you run. Like, it just have it reflects a little bit on the character and kickstarts him into like maybe money isn't the only thing kind of thing, but yeah, it just doesn't make sense to me that this guy would die at the beginning of the movie and then just be like forgotten about immediately. So that's what I would change. But that doesn't it's not like it fixes the movie. You promised them that we would fix the movie at the beginning. I think it makes it slightly better. That's all you can do with Temple of Doom. You can make it slightly better. But it's like spraying Febreze on a pile of crap. It's not going to do much.
I will say, like, we've talked about some of the good. Like, it is entertaining at points. I think that there are some really jaw-dropping moments of like, why? But I like what you're doing with that because this is a prequel. It's supposed to show how a character became the character that you know and love. And so to have that moment, maybe you could even have Short Round be like, hey, more for us, right? More share for us if he's gone. And Indy's like, no, it would be better if he was here. The money doesn't matter. Something like that to address it.
I think I remember. All right, I might be talking out of my butt right now, but maybe Short Round does say something like more share for us. I don't remember, but it would be nice if India had like a moment like that where he chastises him and he says, no, he's dead. But yeah, I don't know. That's all I could really come up with for Temple of Doom, because it's not a great follow-up to my favorite movie of all time. And the bar goes from here to Under the Floor. So yeah. But I'm sure that there are other things that you could do to improve it. Audience, what would you do to fix Temple of Doom? Take either one of our solutions, because I'm not convinced that it'll do much of anything to fix this movie. Or are you one of those people that loves Temple of Doom? Because I know you're out there, folk. But sound off in the comments down in the doobly-doo.
Yeah, please like, comment, subscribe, all the bull crap. We're doing more indie stuff, so if you like this, you'll hopefully like other stuff that we do. Thank you. Thank you as always for watching. We hope that this finds you well.
Absolutely. See you, everybody.